I hope you guys are doing well and having the most incredible day as always. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. You guys know by the title what today's video is. We are going to be going through all of the books that I read throughout June. I'm not going to lie, at the beginning of June, Melody was thinking, do you know what? You were going to smash June's TBR because you are going on holiday, you're going to have so much time to kind of sit and to read and to do all these things. No, I did not do that. I mean, I did get through 9 books, which I think is relatively decent. 8 is my minimum, and I think 14 is the max I've ever done. So 9 for me is definitely more on the lower end of the spectrum, but I'm still glad I got through 9. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what it was. I was reading a lot in Crete, but obviously I was in the pool so much, and it was so incredibly hot, obviously, that it was just so hard to sit there and read all day long because I needed to be in that pool. So, Kindle, if you ever see this video, please can you make a Kindle that just is completely waterproof, that I can read whilst in the pool and it won't get like heat damage, it won't kind of get too hot from the sun. That is what I need, because what I would have gave to be able to sit in my little rubber ring and read my Kindle, honestly, it was making me emotional. Anyway, let's dive through the 9 books I read in June. I hope you guys enjoy this video and carry on watching. Okay, so the first book I picked up in June, can I remember much about? No, because it feels like I read this book a lifetime ago, and that is Business Casual by B.K. Borison. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I picked this one up mainly because I knew I wanted to get rid of it off of my kind of ever-growing series list, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I also feel like this one just screamed I would enjoy it because the girl in this book is a tattoo artist, she has her own studio, she is kind of the like more rough around the edges character, which I really do enjoy, but I just felt like this book was okay. Like, it was a good book, it was fun. I just don't really feel like it was very memorable, hence why I cannot remember a single thing that happened in this book. It's a one-night stand situation. Like, I cannot remember much about it. I think they have like a one-night stand, they try and keep things casual, hence the name Business Casual. Other than that, honestly guys, I cannot remember a single thing. So this wrap up, not going off to a great start. I can't even remember what I gave this one out of 5. Let me check. I gave this one a 3. Looking back, should I have given it a 3? Probably not. But I will read you a little bit of the back so you guys have a little bit more of an idea of what it's about. So it says, a buttoned up, chino-wearing corporate man, an untamable tattoo artist who's easily distracted, a small town of meddling friends, and enough tension to set both their hearts on fire. Like, it sounds great. So clearly I enjoyed it while I was reading it. I gave it a 3. We're going to move on. The next book was one of my more anticipated reads, and that is A Little Liar by Lee Rivers. Now, since reading this, I have bought 4 more of her books because I really enjoy her dark, taboo kind of romance books. Like, this series is, I mean, it's a duology, I suppose, so it's not really a series, but anyway, this duology is very dark, very taboo, definitely not for everyone. I loved book 1. I gave book 1 a 5-star, and book 2 was really good as well, but it was more of kind of like a reread of book 1, but from a few different perspectives, if that makes sense. So it wasn't overly shocking. There wasn't a lot in this book that really had me on edge, if you know what I mean. So I gave this one a 4-star. It did definitely give me more kind of knowledge about the main male character, who is Malachi, who is the main woman, wait, I cannot speak English, the main female character, Olivia's they're basically like foster siblings, so they're not related, they both get fostered by the same family. Anyway, I forgot my point. Yeah, I cannot remember what I was saying, but I did really enjoy this book. I liked the kind of taboo side of it. I love a dark romance. Like, you know me, I love a spice. I love things that are very taboo, very dark, very spicy, and this is that. The only reason I didn't give this one a 5-star is because of the fact it is very similar to book 1, and I think 180 pages is more a kind of retelling of book 1, but from Malachi's point of view as opposed to Olivia's, so you don't get loads more info, if that makes sense, but you do understand him more, if that makes sense. Anyway, I give this one a 4-star. I did, as I said, really enjoy, and if you love a dark, taboo, spicy romance, Need I say more? The next book was my book club pick of the month. This was the first book we ever read for our book club, which I am so excited about. If you guys haven't joined my book club, it is over on Fable and it is a great time. I absolutely just am so grateful for every single one of you who have joined so far, and it is free, it's down below, and we've been having a great time, so make sure you come over and join. Anyway, the first book we read for June and our first ever book club book was Face Off by Chelsea. I think you pronounce it Kurto. Oh my god, I'm going to pronounce her name wrong. Curto. Anyway, the main reason I picked this one was because I needed to pick a book before we could get the conversations going, and before I could allow like a vote in the chat, you had to have a book picked. Anyway, I picked this one because Bestie Larry Reads absolutely loved this book, and I knew that I was going to love it, so I thought, you know what, let's pick something that's on Kindle Unlimited, that is super fun, super like romance heavy, super spicy, just a fun, silly, goofy time. And this book, I devoured it. I love this book. This was a 5-star read and it was so good. This one was about Emmy and Maverick. This is a very different hockey romance that I've read. So basically, Emmy and Maverick are both on this hockey team, and Emmy goes to join his hockey team, but he thinks it's a guy because her name is Emerson, and he didn't do any research on her at all, so he just assumed it was a boy, and he goes and walks up to her like thinking she's a fan. It's just a great, funny, flirty, like easy, banterous book. It was so good. And if you've been umming and ahhing about reading this book for a while, please give it a go because it is just a fun time. Like, I had a great time reading it. It was so fun, so easy, and I really want to continue the series. I don't have the physical copy, which also really upsets me, so I'm gonna have to pick that up at some point. But yeah, that was the first book club pick, and the second one has been announced, and we are going to be reading Problematic Summer Romance, Ali Hazelwood. So come and join us, it's gonna be a great time. The next book was mine and Kelsey's book club pick of the month, and that was Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I absolutely loved this book. This one, again, a 5-star read. We've had some really good books this month, and this one was just so good. So this one essentially is about a girl called, what is her name? Ali. That was it. I forgot her name for a second. So Ali is a nurse, and essentially she is obsessed with this guy on TikTok, and it turns out that this guy is her ex's roommate, and it's all a bit of a funny situation because like he finds out that she watches his videos, but she doesn't realise that he knows who she is, and he starts like filming TikToks in her room, and she's kind of like, oh, I have the same comforter, like it's your room, babe. Do you know what I mean? It is so funny. If you guys have Audible, I would highly recommend listening to the audiobook because it was so funny. Like, listening to this, I was laughing out loud, like literally had tears in my eyes. It was hilarious. It was such a good book. Like, I highly recommend it if you've been thinking about picking this book up and you've kind of been putting it off. It was so good. So good. I don't want to tell you too much more about what the story is about because I feel like going into it blind, but knowing those little snippets was so fun for me. So I want you guys to go into it blind as well. But if you love spice, if you love, you know, masked men, so good. The next book I picked up was mine and my friend's buddy read, which we all read whilst we were on holiday in Greece, which I got back from literally 2 days ago, and I want to cry my eyes out because it was so fun. Anyway, the next book I read was Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. Now, I picked this one for our buddy read because I didn't want to pick a series. I knew that my gals loved a spicy book, and I just heard so many good things about this book. However, I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved it. I gave it a 4-star. Like, it was really enjoyable. But what I will say about this book is it wasn't as spicy and taboo and shocking as I really thought it was going to be. Like, I read this and I did enjoy it. Like, don't get me wrong, the age gap is insane. Like, she is 19, he is 38. Like, it is not for the faint of heart, if you know what I mean. But it's also ex-boyfriend's dad. Like, it's crazy. But it wasn't as spicy as I thought. Like, when the spice was spicing, it was good. But I'm gonna let you guys know, like, spoiler alert, the spice didn't occur until page like 225. So, like, your girl was waiting for it, and it just took a while. So I did enjoy it, apart from that. Like, I really enjoyed reading it. It was fun. It was a good holiday read. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was just like chilling by the pool, reading my spicy book. Like, it was a great time. But this one was a 4-star, and I'm pretty sure the girls also really enjoyed it. I think they gave it like 3 and 4. So it was a good one. Next up, we have Everything for You by Chloe Leese. This is book 5 in the Bergman Brothers series. I've said this a million times, like every single time I mention one of these books, I think I say the same thing, but this series started off really good and it is just getting a bit samey for me. I didn't love this one. This one was an enemies to lovers male-male romance. It was very fun. It was kind of spicy when it needed to be. It was like a joy to read, but I just wasn't bothered. Like, I gave this one a 2-star because it just I didn't like feel excited to read it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was kind of like, yeah, okay, like, yeah, whatever, you know, can't wait to like move on, you know? So I give this one a 2-star. I think this series is fun, and what I will say about this series that I absolutely love is that every single book, one or both of the characters do have like learning difficulties or disabilities and things, so they do focus on that, which I find really like great to read about. It's very knowledgeable, I guess, and it makes me understand each like disability differently, which is really interesting. But yeah, I just don't love all the characters all the time, and I feel like it was getting very same old. So I gave this one a 2, and I am very close to finishing the series now, but yeah, not my favourite. So after giving that one a 2-star, I really wanted something quick, something spicy, something dark, something taboo, something I could read on my Kindle. Like, I just wanted something easy, and I decided to pick up Satan's Affair by H.D. Carlton. So this one is technically book, I think, 1.5 out of the Haunting and Hunting Adeline series. I have read book 1, so I thought let's pick up this one and kind of dive on in. This one is basically based on a character who is in book 1. I don't want to spoil it because if you know about this character, it's like a big scene in the book. Do you know what I mean? So I won't spoil it, but it's a very dark, almost dollhouse-like story. There's a very big plot twist in this, which I kind of saw coming, but also like it makes you like just think about everything you've just read. It was only 180 something pages, I'm pretty sure, so it was a very easy, oh no, it's not even that, let me see, 144 pages, so very, very small, very easy, very quick. I give this one a 3. It was very, I don't really know how to describe it, like it kind of hit what I needed to. It was perfect at the time. It was kind of giving me what I wanted it to give. The only reason I didn't give it higher is basically because I find novellas so hard to give a 5-star because it doesn't give you an awful lot of story or an awful lot of plot, but this was just like a little snippet into another character, which I really enjoyed. So a 3-star for a novella is a win for me, and I did really love this one. The next book I finished was Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. This one I also gave a 3-star. This one was very, I don't know how to describe this one. I read Better Than the Movies ages ago. Like, if you have been following me on this channel for a while, you would have seen I did a reading vlog on this book, on Better Than the Movies, absolutely ages ago. So I feel like if I kind of picked this one up very soon after that one, I would have really enjoyed this more, but I kind of forgot about the characters, if I'm honest. Like, I loved Better Than the Movies. I think it was a 5-star read for me, but this one I gave a 3 because I just felt like, dare I say, I've outgrown the story. I don't really think that's accurate, but I just didn't feel like as obsessed with the characters as I once did, if that makes sense. But this one essentially is about Wes and about what is her name, Liz, and basically at the end of book 1 they kind of go off to college. This book focuses on the fact that they have broken up. Spoiler alert, it's on the back. Don't worry, it's not a spoiler. But they basically broke up, and it's kind of them doing their lives separately, kind of things get intertwined and like things happen. So it is a really lovely book. It was very easy, it was fun. I just felt like it was okay. So I gave it a 3-star, and I would recommend, if you've read book 1, I cannot get my words out, I would recommend picking this one up. It just wasn't my absolute fave. So there's that one. And last but definitely not least, we are not ending on a high note. This is If Only You by Chloe Leese. This one is book 6 out of 7. Guys, we are so close to finishing this series, which I cannot wait for. Honestly, I am done with it. But this one was book 6. This one I didn't absolutely love either. I gave this one a 2-star as well. And this one was about Ziggy and about Sebastian. Ziggy is basically one of the, she is the sister of all the brothers. So she is like the sister of, like, I want to say 6 brothers or something like that. So it's a massive family, and she has autism, I'm pretty sure, and she ends up basically almost like fake friending this guy who has like a bit of a bad reputation, and she ends up becoming his friend to kind of help his rep improve a little bit. And it's basically about their friendship and it growing from friends to lovers. It was a sweet story, don't get me wrong. The vibes were there, like the story was sweet, it was really lovely, it was easy to read, but again, I'm just bored of the series. series, I'm bored of the characters, I'm not obsessed with them, and as I hate to say it, but I just cannot wait for it to be done. I've got one book left. Your girl's gonna finish it, so I will finish it. But yeah, this was just not it for me, unfortunately, so I gave it a 2-star. And again, if you guys want to read the series, I would recommend, if you like learning about a few disabilities and a few learning difficulties, things like that, like, it is a really lovely way to incorporate those into romance books, but I just find them very samey. That is why I don't love them, so I gave that one a 2-star as well. So those are all of the books I picked up and read throughout the month of June. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I also decided to make a note on my phone of how I read each one. So I listened to 1, 2, 3, 4 of those books, and I read on my Kindle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I read 0 physical books in the month of June. So really owning these is silly because I didn't actually need them. Anyway, that is basically how I read them all. I thought I would let you guys know because I feel like sometimes a lot of you guys do ask, like, do I prefer Kindle? Do I read them on audio? Like, do I actually read the physical? A lot of the time it will be Kindle or it will be audiobooks, unless I cannot find an audiobook or it's really expensive on Kindle. Like, I will read the physical copy, but I'm just a Kindle and audiobook girly. Dare I say it, that's the era I'm in. Anyway, I'm going to end today's video here. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Honestly, I would love to have you join my corner of the internet. I love you guys so incredibly much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.